Welcome back. It's Saturday night, and I got home early enough that I could do some of this work. So I went ahead and took off the buttons for the switch and switch assembly, and I've now labeled the wires I'm going to be keeping. The only ones that are actually any good are the few cloth ones I had. So I went ahead and labeled where they go. I unsoldered the cloth ones, or the lacquered cloth wires, and labeled the rest of them. So I'm going to go ahead and cut. And I guess it would help if I actually grabbed these. So all the rubber wiring here is bad. I can't seem to touch anything here without it all falling off. It's kind of reminding me of the Charlie Brown Christmas tree. So the switch assembly is now off, and I did take some reference pictures beforehand. I also, as you can see, since I cut in the middle, I should hopefully, as long as I keep these intact, sorry, apparently there's a dead insect in there I didn't quite get out when I was cleaning it. Gross. I see legs. Anyway, the rubber wiring on here needs to be replaced as well. It's all cracked and brittle. You know, the electronics and stuff seem to be in pretty decent shape, considering I still swear this was buried in the mud. It's just, everything is just so caked with dirt. Anyway, the action of the switch assembly is actually quite good. But I will go ahead and, well, now that I said that, I will go ahead and douse it with some of the CRC cleaner. What is it? Well, we'll see what the contact cleaner does. And then for our final show, I will give it a little squirt with the Deoxit D5. I guess. I don't know. I did a little more research on the radio, and I'm assuming it's a fairly early production run, because according to, I'm not even sure, maybe it's actually in the service manual. Yeah. It says here, doesn't tell me which run it was, but the tuning condenser was changed from part number 31-2397 to 31-2424. The new condenser uses a rear mounting grommet and sleeve, and it gives the part numbers. You can see that. However, I don't have that. I have the part number stamped on this tuning condenser is the previous one, the 31-2397. I don't know. I always kind of wonder why they make these changes in the middle of the production run. And actually, I was watching a video from Bob Anderson last night. Or was it yesterday? Oh, well, anyway. And I guess he had mentioned something about how, I guess with like customer feedback and whatnot, or different parts of the country, you know, after they made these radios, they get a lot of feedback. And it was about maybe it was Joe or John, excuse me. Anyway, so I guess they make little changes here and there. So the chassis is not really corroded. It's a petrified moth in there. But, you know, it's dirty, so I'll go ahead and give that a cleaning. I'm not going to take I really don't want to take the tuner off. This is probably the simplest dial string I've ever seen. It just wraps around the base 2 or 3 times, and then anchors up here, and then it's got the tensioner spring. But, you know, I guess one day I'm going to have to deal with this, and when I get to my Grundig, I definitely have to deal with it because the dial string broke on it. I was showing a friend how it had a weighted, because it has the balanced tuner. So, you know, you can give it a good spin and it'll just keep going across the dial. Well, I showed him by spinning it one way, and then when I went to go spin it the other, it snapped. And from what I can read online, those Grundigs have a really overly crazy complex way of doing their dial strings. So, and given the limited information on it, I can't really find much information on it, that particular model, the 2066, beyond that it existed. I do have a schematic for it, and the schematic is also for the 2077, and it doesn't include dial string instructions. Anyway, that's kind of getting to another project, but anyhow, so what I've got to do on this one, I also ordered the cushions. I found one of them that was good, actually. Apparently it's the same. I had to order, they only come in six for $9, so I only need 2, so I guess I'll have 4 extra. I'm also going to be taking the speaker off pretty soon, so I can apparently get a dead moth out of there, so I can clean around it and the chassis. So I'm going to have to get to these caps pretty soon. I've been kind of putting it off because there's so tight quarters in there, and just every time I look in here I see like more falling apart rubber wire. You can see it all over the desk here. It was cleaned off, and just by moving it around it all flakes off. But I can't put it off forever. I also want to get back to the 624. I'll work on that for a little while too. I downloaded a thing on it. Anyway, so I'm taking up a whole lot of your time here babbling, but I just wanted to show you how I was progressing on this. And I guess tomorrow I'll clean this up a bit, and then I'll also, I guess I better get started on the caps. And I'm going to pull out the vibrator tomorrow from the 624. So anyway, you'll see a video coming up for that. And then now I just got to figure out how to get off the petrified rubber. The last time, well, I guess I can just cut it off. I was lucky with the 610 because I was able to soak it in boiling water, and that boy, this is just really petrifying. And that softened it up, so like really fast. It just kind of all melted. But yeah, wow. When this stuff dries out, it really dries out. This sleeve just it's supposed to just slip right off out. So there we go. And yeah, so I'll go ahead and work on this a little bit tomorrow, and I'll upload another video. So I guess this one's kind of short, and you guys have a good night, and I'll see you soon. Just a quick follow-up. Right after I turned off the video, I just got kind of crazy with this grommet. But check it out. Somebody actually taped it at some point. I don't know why. I guess because it was slipping, but there's all this electrical tape wrapped around it, so that's why it was so hard to get out. Anyway, see you in the next video.